Hi guys, this is Miss Jenny. I'm coming to you from my front porch today and I'm trying to get this done before it starts raining on me. But I wanted to read you a book called How Long? And then I'm going to show you this is kind of a silly book about silly ways to measure things. But then I'm going to show you some measuring tools that I found in my husband's garage that maybe you might have at home or that you might like to practice measuring things with. All right, how long? Wacky ways to compare length. So there's different ways we measure things. We measure them length, we measure them height, we measure them width. We also can measure the angle of the corner. We're going to talk about some of those different ways. But this is how long. Like, how long is your leg? Or how tall is the door? Or how long is the tree? How long is the string? But not how long in time. For that we use a clock, right? A watch or a clock. We tell time with a watch. This is measuring. So it's written by Jessica Gunderson and illustrated by Igor Sinkovac. Listen up, elephant. No ifs, ands, or buts. Your trunk is as long as 42 peanuts. Look at, they used 42 peanuts to measure that. Crazy. One football field is just as long as 960 sandwiches joined in song. Look at the sandwiches. They're all standing there singing all the way along. They use sandwiches to measure the football field. 3 pointy human teeth, it's true, are nearly the length of one great white shark tooth. Did you know it takes 3 people teeth to equal one shark tooth? How long is an Apterosaurus, head to tail? Along its back, 30 skateboards can sail. Look, 30 skateboarders go along its back. That's how he measured it. 7 sticks of licorice stuck together equal the length of one peacock feather. They use licorice to measure the peacock feathers. A rocket to the moon is a 3-day ride. How long for a car driving 65? Guess how long? 153 days. That's crazy. That's a long time. How many rats does it take to make the length of a python, a great big snake? 13. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All in the snake's tummy because he swallows them whole. Did you know that? So they put him through the x-ray machine. One royal cruise ship stretches out to sea. It's the length of 170 mattresses fit for a queen. Ooh, just as long as one Mississippi, the river. 10,961 cruise ships you can see. As long as the Mississippi. An eagle spreads its wings so wide, the length of $13 bills side by side. Look at how big the wingspan of an eagle is. Very beautiful. The Golden Gate Bridge from shore to shore equals the length of 180 ladder trucks and no more. Look at the fire trucks all across the Golden Gate Bridge. How long, you wonder, till we reach the end? It's here. This book is done, my dear friend. Oh, so they used lots of different ways. They measured cars, they measured rats, they measured pythons, they measured all kinds of different things. Well, I wanted to show you some of my measuring tools. This is a ruler. It's very old and it has numbers on it, so you can measure in inches on the top and centimeters on the bottom. This is the ruler that I use when I'm sewing. So if I need to measure my arm, I can measure the circumference of my arm. It's good if you're measuring things that are not flat, but it too has numbers on it. Look, my arm is 10 inches around, the circumference of it. This is a protractor, and you can use this to measure the angle, like I was talking, like on a triangle or other shapes. This is another measuring tape that I use when I am sewing sometimes, because it pulls out and then I push a button and it goes back in. Watch. Want to do it again? Watch. And it has numbers on it, centimeters on one side, inches on the other, so that you can measure how long something might be. This is my husband's tape measure, which is kind of like that one, except it's stiff, so it doesn't bend quite as easily. But I'm showing it to you upside down. But again, if you push the button, you can make it go back up. Watch. Ready? Or you can hold it. See? And then you can measure. How tall is the step? How big is the door? Should we measure it quick? Ready? The door is 36 inches wide. So that's the way that we can measure. This is also one of my husband's measuring tools, and it has numbers on it. Again, inches on one side and centimeters on the other, but it's also a level. So if he is working on something and he needs to measure it to be 18 inches long, he sets this on it and makes sure that it's straight or level. So this is one of his measuring tools that he uses a lot. And it's also a yard. 3 feet is a yard, like a yardstick. When I grew up, my mom always had a yardstick in the closet, and we used it to measure everything. So those are just some of my measuring tools. Those are all ways that we can measure and learn how long something is, the distance that it is. All right, guys, we'll see you next time for a math or science activity. Have a great day. Bye.